So, in your view, what is the relationship between evangelism and efforts to foster peace between world religions?
Well, evangelism is good because it involves missionary work, correct?
Hmm.
So it's like spreading the news of Jesus, which is what is good for Christianity and for God's people. And what's the other one?
Um, Efforts to foster peace between world religions.
Efforts to foster peace. And that's also good, but people have their own views and ways of life, and the way that they've been raised in their religion is obviously what's going to be closest to their heart. So,
That makes
Yeah.
things difficult.
very difficult.
So, to you, which one is more important, evangelism or fostering peace?
I would say evangelism is most important because,
But
yeah,
I
as a
don't know.
Christian, that's my opinion. And like I said before, trying to change people's views is going to be harder than to go preach to them.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Okay. So, in your view, what is the relationship between evangelism and efforts to foster peace between world religions?
Well, I think as Christians, we're called to make peace with other people, but we also are called to evangelize, and so I think making peace would sort of be a form of evangelism, and it's certainly an example of I think what Christ would want us to do with others. You have to make peace before you can evangelize, so I think it's a step towards evangelism. Um, so that's my answer.
Okay. Which do you think is more important, than evangelism or fostering peace between world religions?
Oh, I don't know. I think they would go hand in hand because I don't think you can't evangelize if you don't have peace with someone. You won't be a very good witness to anyone if you are not promoting some kind of peaceful relationship between another person. So I don't know if one is more important than the other, but I mean, I suppose evangelism is more important because that's the end goal, is to lead them to Christ, to believe in God. But you can't really do that unless you are able to make peace with the people first.
Do you think you can still evangelize and still like foster peace between the religions?
You mean do both?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, so in your view, what is the relationship between evangelism on one hand and efforts to foster peace between world religions?
I think too often evangelism prohibits fostering peace between world religions, because too often I think as Christian evangelists it comes off as shoving the gospel down your face and I'm right, you are wrong, and that kind of prohibits fostering peace among world religions. But on the other hand, I think they should go more hand in hand. That by evangelizing and sharing the truth of the good news, that should foster peace, and that should just bring a peace with it.
Okay, and so in your view, what is more important, evangelism or fostering peace between world religions?
I'm going to say fostering peace, but fostering peace by sharing the love of the gospel through actions, not necessarily evangelizing, like verbal and vocal evangelizing, but I think by fostering that peace, you can do it in a way sharing the love of the gospel, which in turn is also evangelizing. So I'm going to say fostering peace, because evangelism without that isn't really evangelism if you don't do it in love and out of the love of Christ. So I think they go hand in hand, but I'm going to say fostering peace.
Okay, thank you. Alright, so in your view, what is the relationship between evangelism and efforts to foster peace between world religions?
Let's see. Evangelism, I would say taking the Christian worldview to people in different parts of the world, evangelizing and telling the story of Jesus. fostering peace between world religions is more difficult. I think people have a lot of preconceived ideas about what other people believe, and if you don't understand each other's point of views, I think that it's difficult to maintain peace between different religions. So.
Good. All right. So which is more important, in your opinion, evangelism or fostering peace between world religions?
I think evangelism, because I don't know that we would ever achieve ultimate peace between different religions that have very different strong beliefs and views that they've held on to for so long. And so I think evangelizing people who may have never heard of Christ or never heard of the gospel and the story of Jesus, it seems like it would be most important to continue spreading the story of Jesus and the gospel to the world, especially those who've never heard.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So in your view, what is the relationship between evangelism and efforts to foster peace between world religions?
Well, I think that evangelism can hinder the efforts to foster peace between world religions because the way some Christians approach evangelism can cause a lot of people of other religions to close their minds off to the gospel, in my view. Yeah.
So then, what do you think is more important, evangelism or fostering peace between world religions?
I think they're both very important, but I think in order for evangelism to be most effective, we need to foster peace between world religions.
Do you think that's only possible through evangelism? Or is it better to, not approach it first by means of
I think
evangelism?
first fostering peace will open the way for evangelism to be effective.
Okay. Anything else?
No?
All right, thank you.
Thank you!
All right, so in your view, what is the relationship between evangelism and efforts to foster peace between world religions?
Well, I think evangelism could be the answer to fostering peace between world religions. Evangelism would provide the method to help foster the peace, because one of the main messages of the gospel is to share love and to show kindness to one another. And so with the very fact that you are taking evangelism to other peoples with different world religions, that would show them that we don't come in hostility, that we come in love, and that we can demonstrate that love in action, not just in word.
Okay, and in your view, which is more important, evangelism or fostering peace between world religions?
Well, I think if you do evangelism correctly, then peace will follow, because evangelism, again, would be the method to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. And through that, if you're not doing that in a peaceful manner, then that will turn others off. But if you do it in a peaceful way, and it will promote peace throughout the spreading of the gospel.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so what is, in your view, the relationship between evangelism and fostering peace between world religions?
Well, I feel like if you really want to evangelize, you have to have a certain sense of peace about you to be able to get the outcome that you want, in a sense. Because if you're not going in and evangelizing with a sense of peace, or without intruding on their religion, they probably won't respect you or respect what you're saying, and that'll definitely cause problems or just really shut you off from their community.
Okay, thanks. And so then in your view, which is more important, evangelism or fostering peace between world religions?
I would almost say that fostering peace between world religions is more important, because religions have a lot of impact on our society and on our culture, and if one religion is fighting another, then evangelism really doesn't have a point at all, almost. So I would say that fostering peace between world religions is more important.
All right, thank you. Okay, in your view, what is the relationship between evangelism and efforts to foster peace between world religions?
Can I have the pad? Well, when you evangelize, people might not accept it, and they might get angry, which doesn't help your efforts to foster peace between world religions. But, I think evangelism, like, it depends what you want to risk between saving people or risking not keeping the peace.
Or like making sure everyone's happy?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
then in your opinion, what is more important? Evangelism or fostering peace between people of different faiths?
I would say evangelism, but then you kind of need to be careful how you're evangelizing and how you are talking to other people of religions.
Why is that?
So you don't kill people, and they will kill you. So you don't make big issues, but it's still important because it's a mission.
That's true. All right. Okay, thank you. Okay, so in your view, what is the relationship between evangelism and efforts to foster peace between world religions?
Well, I suppose evangelism or sharing the gospel, spreading the gospel, if that's happening, then the result of that would be peace among people. So I guess if evangelism is happening, then that would be a result.
Do you think that evangelism could occur but like it could step on people's toes and it would just create more discord between people of different faiths?
Yeah, sure, it could.
Okay, so in your opinion, what is more important? Evangelism, like if I guess you can only have one.
Evangelism.
And why?
Well, because it's more important to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ than to worry about fostering peace between world religions. That'll take care of itself, and if it doesn't, well, that's the way it is, but you have to... The only thing that matters is a relationship with Jesus Christ and sharing Him.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so in your in your view, what is the relationship between evangelism and fostering peace between world religions?
Well, okay, I think that evangelism has been placed like on such a high pedestal kind of that we like that is more important than peace, and like it's kind of almost like an indirect relationship at this point, because the way that at least America has done it, or even our culture or whatever, we like view people as like, oh, we need to win them over, and like they're just a number, they become a statistic, and with that like we lose like what evangelism should be, which is like fostering relationships and like slowly like hearing their story and showing them like how God has been at work and how like the way that they'll understand God, because everyone will kind of have like view Him or relate to Him in a different way. So yeah.
So in your view, which is more important, evangelism or fostering peace between world religions?
I mean, I think that they're both really important, but I think that our end goal should be evangelism, but sometimes to do that, you need to
or I would say even most of the time, you need to focus more on fostering relationships and creating like the peace between world religions, because once you've created relationships and there's peace, people from other religions will be more willing to hear their stories and hear and just listen to what their beliefs are, and through that, it'd be more likely that they would become Christians.
All right, thank you.